Welcome inside the David S. Mack Physical Education Building for some CAA Volleyball. The Hofstra Pride host the Towson Tigers, and the Pride are coming off a thrilling 5-set victory over Towson. I'm joined alongside Anthony Hidalgo. I'm Shannon Vicker. Anthony, it was a really exciting matchup yesterday between two of the top teams in the conference.
Absolutely. It was a barn burner, to say the least. Probably the biggest win of Hofstra's season so far. You know, coming in, they had the perfect 7-0 home record. Towson, on the other hand, 7-0 on the road. Something had to give. Hofstra coming out on top. They were down and out in the fourth set. They had to fight all the way back, eventually pull out the set 30-28. Both teams fighting off multiple set matches. Hofstra eventually coming away with it. Beatrice Braga with that killer kill at the end to seal it. And then in the fifth set, it was all Hofstra. The momentum was just going in their way, and they just pulled out the victory, able to hold home court advantage.
A really exciting victory for Hofstra, and on Towson's side of things, not a bad match by them at all. It's just Hofstra was able to come out on top. Towson has struggled as of late, losing a few of their last matches and falling in the CAA rankings.
Yeah, 4 out of their last 6 have not gone their way. They finally lose one on the road, which is something they were able to hold their hat on, have some pride about. But they come out today, have a chance to spoil Hofstra's perfect home record. They were the better team throughout the first 3.5 sets. Then late in that fourth set and through the fifth set, Hofstra just had the momentum. They're going their way. They're going to need to find a way to finish out sets against the Pride and try and get the results to go in their favor.
Yeah, absolutely. And as for CAA standings, Hofstra is currently tied for first place with Campbell University. So this matchup here is really important for the CAA standings, as Towson is currently in 4th place. They've both clinched spots in the CAA tournament, but as for seeding, if the Pride want that first round bye, they've got to keep winning these matches.
Absolutely. Today is going to be a huge match when it comes to that seeding. They have a chance to lock in a top 2 seed for the CAA championship. They have a chance to keep pace with Campbell, who are in action right now against Northeastern, to try and keep destiny in their control when it comes to a first round bye and not having to worry about a quarterfinal matchup, focusing on their semifinal matchup, do some more scouting. So today will be huge ramifications across the CAA in general. Seedings, 1 through 5 are all up for grabs across the entire conference. It's what makes it so exciting and will create some amazing volleyball for us hopefully today.
Yeah, it should be a really exciting one here today in Hempstead, and we'll have all of that match action for you here on Flow College.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Welcome back inside the David S. Mack Physical Education Building. The Pride are looking to extend their win streak to 11 straight if they were to win this one. And this one is a really exciting matchup, highlighted by 2 of the strongest teams in the conference. Really important for the seeding in the conference tournament.
Absolutely. Hofstra looking to keep their win streak going. They are one of the few teams to have multiple instances of at least a 9-game winning streak. They have one of the longest win streaks in the nation right now. They have some of the best stats in the nation, top opponent hitting percentage. As we take a look at the lineup, we see the usual suspects out there today. Clara Ball getting the start on senior day today.
Yeah, and also Lilia Ducek, Emily Nunez, Beatrice Braga, Isadora Stagely, Milkaya Alp, and Nina Joshvili-Rava. Those are your typical starters for the Pride, and they'll be out there again. And as for your Towson Tigers, we have Aaron Brothers, Lena Purcell-Telefoni, Maisie Jesse, Sarah Callender, Taylor Bagon, Ella Sanders, and Sydney Stewart. Also, their typical starters out there today.
Sarah Callender, I thought, was extremely impressive yesterday. She had, 14 kills, 9 digs. She was a great all-around player for Towson.
And Gioshli Rava will serve for the Pride. And we are underway here in Hempstead. It's received cleanly by Towson, and Gioshvili Rava there saves that one. Point will go to Towson. Towson opening things up strong here in the first set. The Pride are just one of 5 teams in the nation to lose 2 or fewer games, which is really impressive. Stagely there on the attack, but it's gobbled up cleanly by Towson. Gioshvili Rava set to ball just bumps it over. Towson on the attack there, but it's off the fingertips of a member of the Pride, so it'll be another point for the Tigers.
Towson out killing Hofstra yesterday by a margin of 10. Really rare to see out of Hofstra to get out attacked like that. Towson coming out looking just as strong now.
Taylor Pagon will serve for Towson, and that'll be a service error, so a point for the Pride here. Towson currently leads this one 2-1. So the Pride will serve. Braga will be serving for Hofstra. Received cleanly by Towson. And off the fingertips of the Pride, and it'll be another point for Towson, another kill for them as well.
Yeah, Towson just coming out aggressive the same way they did in the first set yesterday. Winning that first set, it was due to a really nice start.
Purcell-Telefoni will serve for Towson, and Pride receive that one cleanly. And that'll be a kill for the Pride. A much-needed point here early in this one. The way that you start can really shift the momentum of a set.
Absolutely. That's what makes Isadora Stagely so important for this team, the way she sets the tempo.
Kaya Alp with the serve for Hofstra. And Towson there with another kill. They're looking really strong on the attack so far.
Absolutely. They're wasting no time. As soon as they're receiving it, they're getting set up, and they're having their outside hitters perfectly set up to finish these plays early. Yesterday, we saw a lot of points going really long, some really long rallies.
Moran will serve for Towson. Dug out there by Kaya Alp. And another kill for Towson. They're just finding the open space and capitalizing on it. The way that they've come out so aggressive in this one, you can tell they really want it after dropping that really exciting 5-set thriller yesterday. Match that some might argue that they should have won. So they had some really big leads that Hofstra was able to rally back from. And we're going to take a look back at this one. There'll be an error there for Towson.
Yeah, we see Aaron Brothers there, the first Tiger for Towson to get multiple kills, 4 different players with a kill already early on.
Towson, that's a free ball over for Hofstra. Joshvili-Rava will set up Ducek for a kill.
And Lilia Ducek's been probably one of the best stories for Hofstra. Just another instance of this depth on this team all throughout, and she's had her moments, especially ever since getting inserted to the starting lineup.
Yeah, as of late, she's been inserted into that starting role and has really done the most with her time on this team, and that'll be another point for the Pride here to tie it up at 5.
Just a great bit of momentum for Hofstra, even things up here.
Clara Ball will serve for Hofstra here. Serve is good and over, received cleanly by Towson. Braga there to corral it. Gioshvili-Rava sets up ball. And Towson is able to keep it alive. It's bumped over. Gioshvili-Rava with a setter's dump there. Really great IQ and vision of the floor there for Gioshvili-Rava.
Absolutely, just a great court vision. She saw how Towson was ready for the kill to come in. She just dumped it over, get a quick, easy point.
And there's ball with a service ace. Slowed that one down and tricked the Tigers. Really impressive how Ball's able to just contribute in every way to this team, and here with a service ace. She'll serve again, trying to do the same thing, but just not enough power on it to get it over the net.
Absolutely. I mean, didn't go that way, but Clara Ball, as you mentioned, able to just do about everything. She's such a malleable player. You know, she can do just about everything on the court and is willing to play any role that the team asks of her.
Sarah Callender will serve for the Tigers. Kaya Alp receives that one. Gioshvili-Rava sets up Ducek. It's dug out by the Tigers. A nice save there by Kaya Alp. Stagely pushes it over. Towson corrals it. Pamitat to Gioshvili-Rava to Stagely. Dug out there by the Tigers. The Pride were not able to corral it, and that'll be a point for Towson.
A miscommunication there between the Pride, Ali Pamitat, and Kaya Alp kind of get caught in no man's land there as the ball fell in between them.
Callender will serve again for Towson. Braga there, receiving it. Stagely pushes it over. Towson's able to corral it. Another kill there for Towson. This time it's Dioff. Seeing multiple players contribute here on Towson's side of things. Seems like no matter who has the ball, they're able to control it and just push it over and find some open ground.
It's been huge. 6 different players already with the kill.
That'll be a point for Hofstra. Able to capitalize on some service errors here, and that was a big difference yesterday. Take a look here. This play again on Dioff's kill. Stagely will serve for Hofstra. Received cleanly by Towson. Callender will push it over. It's received by Kaya Alp. Braga on the attack. A little headshot there to get a point for Towson.
And it just goes to show how scary it is being on the receiving end of one of those Beatrice Braga kill attempts, because it just comes at you so strong, so quickly.
And Braga played a huge role in the last match. 21 kills throughout that. In her last 3 matches, she's totaled 20 or more kills. So just really been a factor for this Pride team offensively.
And she's been turning it up as of late, especially down the stretch. She's really taking it to another level, understanding the moment, understanding how important these matches down the stretch really are for seeding and for trying to do something which the Pride haven't done in more than half a decade.
Stagely will serve for the Pride. It's received cleanly by Towson. And that'll be a point for the Tigers. It's all tied up here at 9. The libero will serve for Towson. Braga on the attack. And that'll be a point for Hofstra and a kill for Braga.
Braga able to sneak in the ball, keep it in there at the very end, give Hofstra the lead. She looks extremely sharp to come out. She's really leading this team early on.
Yeah, Braga's great at getting that ball right down the line and kind of tricking the other team. It's been that way all season, and that'll be an error for Towson, so a point for the Pride, and the Pride have a multi-point lead here in this one.
Hofstra have really benefited from Towson. They had 3 setting errors already. That's their first attacking error to go against them.
Ducek with the serve for Hofstra, dug out by Libero, and the block is no good, and a point for Towson.
The Tigers have just done a great job when it comes to offensively overwhelming Hofstra. Purcell Telefoni there getting her first kill, or her second kill of the day already.
Macy Jesse will serve for the Tigers. Kaya Alp receives it to Josh Vilarava. And Braga with another kill for Hofstra. She's looked incredible so far in this one.
Hofstra keep going to her, and for good reason. She keeps finishing. She's been extremely efficient so far today. 3 kills on 3 attacks. She's already hitting 1,000%.
Josh Vilarava will serve for the Pride. Little reception error there, but they're able to corral and push it over, keep it alive. Braga saved there by Towson. Towson on the attack. Stagely corrals it to Josh Vilarava. Ball on the attack. It's blocked. Hofstra keeps it alive. Braga with another kill for Hofstra. Back-to-back kills for Beatrice Braga.
Starting to see a little bit of life there from Hofstra, able to keep the rally going. The longer the rallies go, it feels like it's a bit more in their favor, you know, feeding off the energy of the crowd, and took a few attempts, but they were able to finish it off.
Josh Vilarava will serve again for the Pride. Received cleanly there by Towson. That'll be another kill for Towson.
Elle Sanders that time. One of the top players on Towson. She's not going to be kept quiet for long. She's already up to 2 kills now.
Yeah, and yesterday led the team with 15 kills. So definitely a threat that Hofstra has to look out for. Josh Vilarava sets up Emily Nunez, who just came in, and it'll be a kill for her.
A picture-perfect setup from Josh Vilarava. You couldn't set that up better for Emily Nunez to just rise up and absolutely drop the hammer.
Braga will serve for the Pride. Towson, a little miscommunication there, but they're able to push it over. Stagely with the kill there for the Pride.
Really doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Braga or Stagely, as we look at Nunez even. So many different options for Hofstra offensively.
Yeah, and that's what's most important about this team is if one person's not on, they have multiple people to turn to pick them up offensively. There's just so many different weapons that they have that they can pull from the bench, and they can just mix up the different rotations, and everybody just seems to be seamlessly working together throughout this whole year, and it's been no different in this one so far.
Absolutely. It's the depth and the experience, being able to rely on that veteran leadership. The seniors especially, you know, we look at Clara Ball, we look at what Isidore Stagely and Emily Nunez have meant to this program. We see just in the matches played, Clara Ball 102 matches, Isidore Stagely 101, Nunez 93. You know, they've really been staples of this team over the past 4 seasons. You know, we were talking about beforehand, it's so rare you see players staying at one program for 4 years nowadays, and to have these 3 just be staples of this squad is huge. And, you know, for Ball and Nunez, who have dealt with injuries over the past 2 seasons, it just means all the more that they're able to have such a successful season this year and make a really, really serious case for a CAA championship.
Yeah, and that's just a testament to the loyalty of these players, and also to the way that this program is constructed by Coach Emily Mansour, able to retain these players for all these years. You know, with the transfer portal being such a big, prominent thing in college athletics right now, keeping these 3 together throughout their 4 seasons here with the Pride is just something that you don't see all the time, but they've really grown since they've started here at Hofstra and been staples for all 4 years. Nunez tries to block that one, but it's kept alive by Towson. Ball on the attack, but it's corralled by Towson. Stewart. Set, but be an error for Towson and a point for Hofstra.
He's a little too strong on the kill attempt, hoping to try and get a deflection up at the net, see if they could get a call to go their way, but Hofstra doing a good job to keep their hands clean.
Braga with the serve is received cleanly by Stewart. And that'll be a kill for Calendar.
We saw how important it was for Hofstra to make those mid to late set comebacks. Towson going to be faced with a little bit of adversity here to start things off in the first set. They were in such control early on through the first 3.5 sets. They never really had to play from behind too much. Now, already being tested here in the first set.
Alexa Mork will serve for Towson. Kaya Alp on the receiving end. Stagely with the kill. Stagely just has that presence out there. You just feel it every second she's out there. She's able to see the court so well and just find the open space and tattoo it down.
Yesterday's match was such a messy affair, so many errors, but defense was what came up huge. But so far in the first set, it's been all offense for both sides.
Ducek there with a little push over and a point for the Pride. Ducek has been spectacular this season, and just her ability to be such a versatile player, whether you ask her to block up front or, pull a move like that and get a kill, she's able to do it all, it seems like.
Yeah, just another one of those names of, new players coming in and inserting themselves into the rotation, just contributing whatever they can. Ducek has been huge for this revamped Hofstra defense, especially up near the net with those middle blockers. We talked about, Shannon, earlier before the broadcast how, for a team that lost probably one of the best liberos in program history in Karakuko last season, to almost get improved defensively just due to the fact that they've improved their defense at the net with their middle blockers and not even having to put so much pressure on that back line.
Yeah, the blocking has been so impressive this year. We're going to take a look again at the last play here.
Just seeing how much this team really supports each other. And defensively, they have each other's backs, and it really could be anyone, whether it is Ducek, Nunez, Amarine, even Ball and Stagely will get involved with blocking up at the net. And it's one of the reasons why they are one of the top teams in the nation when it comes to blocks per set.
Yeah, as well as opponent hitting percentage, something that they've been ranked in the top of the nation for the past few weeks. Just that defensive side of things has been so impressive this season, and the blocks have just been poured on throughout the year. Just seems like they've improved it like a whole revamp from last season, because that was such an issue that they had last year, just having one or two people to contribute to the blocking game. But this year it seems like they have so many different options when it comes to blocking. Kaya Alp. And Ducek with a kill. The back-to-back kills for Lilia Ducek.
Ducek is doing a great job here so far. Towson trying to find an answer, trying to go into their bench. Saw Sydney Stewart come off, got a new libero in there, trying to see if they can find an answer.
They're just doing anything in their power to try and stop Hofstra's momentum, as they've gained quite a big lead here in this one, 6 points. It's really been a full 180 from yesterday, as the offense has been really strong for both sides of this. Hofstra really able to pour on the offense, something that they struggled with yesterday. Braga receives the serve. Ball's attack is denied up front. The blocking side of things from Towson.
This will be another instance in the set where it's going to be make or break for both sides when it comes to momentum.
Kaitlyn Moran with the serve for Towson. Stagely on the attack. A little too much power there, and the point will go to Towson.
Trying to break these point barriers. 20 points is always a huge one. Obviously trying to finish off 25, but getting to 20, trying to really put the pressure back on Towson. Towson wanting to do the best they can, try and close the gap on Hofstra here, as the Pride will take a timeout. Mansour wanting to talk things over.
And Towson's in the middle of a 3-0 scoring run here. Seems as the momentum's kind of shifting in their favor, and Towson's head coach, Don Metal, it's his 13th season as head coach, and he's had 5 CAA tournament titles, and he's named CAA Coach of the Year 5 times. It's his winningest coach in program history. So Metal being at the helm for Towson has been very successful for this program.
He's been huge. The winningest coach in program history, 4 straight CAA championships for Towson not too long ago, a couple of years back. And while they haven't been the same powerhouse that they were in the past, still a huge contender in the CAA every single year, a powerhouse type of program and a team that is going to be trouble for anyone trying to contend for their CAA championship, the Pride included.
Yeah, the way that this team year in, year out seems to be a contender, it's really testament to the way that Metal has constructed this team and the way that he has brought up, his underclassmen and the way he's able to dip into the portal and grab some really important tools for his team that he sees fit. And we see that with this team. It's constructed of, some homegrown players, but also some from the portal. Towson trying to just push it over, but Hofstra's on the attack. Ball trying to find some open space, but it's corralled by Towson. That'll be a point for Towson. And Towson now on a 4-0 scoring run. Hofstra trying to stop this momentum here before it gets out of hand. Kai Alp receives it. Gioshvili Rava to Stagely. That'll be a kill for Stagely.
And a good job from Stagely to just switch things up, get that little tap over for the point, and just end that 4-0 run, get Hofstra back in control of the serve.
Ball will serve for the Pride, and it'll go into the net. It'll be a service error for the Pride and a point for Towson.
Second service error for Clara so far today.
Ellie Pamitat coming in for the Pride. Trying to switch things up here. Towson serves. Ducek pushes it over. Towson trying to corral it. They just bump it over. Gioshvili Rava on the attack, but too much power there, and the point goes to Towson.
Just different looks from Hofstra. I don't mind it, trying to spread the wealth, try and give different players a chance to find some offense. Nina gave it a try there, just a bit too strong on the attack.
Kai Alp receives that one. An attempt of a setter's dump again, but it's no good as Towson blocks that one.
Yeah, the Tigers were ready for it that time. Nina's gotten them a few times already here in the first set, so they were ready for it.
Pride trying to switch things up again, and that'll bring on Perez Sign.
With Ellie out there, you have a setter. Now Perez Sign gives you a bit more of a chance offensively, a bit more of a threat.
Yeah, and a lot of power too. Calendar serves. It's received by Braga. Pamitat to Stagely. And that'll be a kill for Stagely. The 5th of the day.
We saw that a lot last season when Ellie Pamitat had spent a lot of time starting for Hofstra as a freshman. So she's really knows her way around this team. So being able to put her in at any time is huge.
Towson receives that one cleanly. Dioff on the attack and with the kill.
Dioff just showing once again why she's another one of these options for Towson. She was great yesterday's. Take another look at the kill from before. But Dioff was very quiet yesterday, just a very good contributor.
Pamitat sets up Braga, but it's pushed over by Towson. Kaya Alp trying to corral it. Braga on the attack again. It's dug out by the libero. Pushed over by Pibenito. Pamitat to Braga. Blocked up front to tie the game.
And Towson coming all the way back. That timeout for Hofstra not doing much. Towson keeping their composure, fighting themselves all the way back. And Hofstra haven't yet found the answer to put away the Tigers here in the first set.
It's been very back and forth. Teams just rallying back from each other, and it seems right when Hofstra has the momentum, it shifts over to Towson. Their team really able to gain control here. Kaya Alp trying to corral that one. Stagely just pushes it over. Pamitat with nice diving dig there to keep it alive. Calendar trying something different, but the Pride read it well. Stands a Perez Sign on the attack, but it's dug out by Towson. Costanza Perez sign again. Towson is able to stop it, and point will go to Hofstra. The point will go to Towson, I'm sorry. Towson will take a 22-21 lead here in the first set.
It looked so good from Hofstra, though. Ellie Pamitat with 2 insane digs to keep the play alive. Perez sign, thought she might have had the kill there. It was a great attempt. Just couldn't go her way. She gets called for the block error, tried to finish it off. And Towson just 3 points away. Hofstra just keep trying chipping away, but whatever they try, it just isn't working.
Yeah, Towson really able to just gain the momentum back here in this one. That's a really big point here. Really back and forth rally here from both teams. Just no one really pulling ahead there, and the block attempt no good for Hofstra. But having that ability to take that point definitely shifts things in the momentum of Towson. They're able to pull ahead by 1 in this close first set here.
It really could be, the difference maker in this first set. And, you look at the CAA when it comes to points per set, and Hofstra up there at the top. This is a team that, is always playing these close sets. They rarely ever get blown out in a set. They're always so competitive. They always have a response whenever opposing teams go on runs like the one Towson's currently on. So we'll see if they're able to dig deep once again and try and extend this set.
Benito will serve for Towson. Received cleanly by Kaitlyn. Pamitat sets up Braga, but it's pushed over by Towson. Stagely sets up Costanza Perez sign. Dug out by Bito. There'll be a block by Ducek and Perez sign up front to tie the match at 22-22. Really exciting first set here.
Wouldn't expect anything less between these two teams. Perez sign getting her revenge a little bit there, getting the block. Ducek helping out this time as well. They've teamed up so well up at the net this year.
Lauren Conzen will come on for the Pride to serve. The serve is received cleanly by Towson. Callender on the attack and with the kill.
And the Tigers not done yet. Each point so important.
And the Pride keep turning to their bench here, just trying to do anything to get a different look and mix things up. Try different players to plug them in and see what will work for them. Pamitat sets up Braga. It's denied by Towson. They'll try it again. There will be a point for the Pride and a kill for Beatriz Braga.
Huge point for Hofstra there. Went back to a pretty similar lineup they would use last year, with Pamitat and Nunez out on the floor. And instead of Kuko, you have Kaya Alp out there. And now Joshvili Rava and Ball come back out, hopefully, and try and put this one away.
Joshvili Rava will serve for the Pride. Benito will receive it. Kaya Alp keeps it alive for the Pride. Pride not able to corral it there, and the point will go to Towson. A little miscommunication there by Hofstra.
A little too soft on the attempt there from Kaya Alp. It just fell right in front of the net. Joshvili Rava was hoping it was going to go over, and Towson would try to tap it back.
A really powerful serve there, Towson, and that'll be the first set. We'll go to Towson, a 25-23 set victory for the Tigers.
And Towson were able to just close it out. They were the better team there those last few points, and they went out and they won that set themselves, taking control late.
And that was a problem that the Pride had a little bit last season, closing out sets, something that they've done a little bit better this season. But we'll have second set action here on Flow College coming up after the break. Welcome back to the David S. Mack Physical Education Building. Towson taking the first set in a 25-23 victory, and the cap off that win there is a kill by Sarah Callender, who's been great in this one so far. 3 kills. That one. And look over some first set stats. Towson out attacking Hofstra, 18 kills to 15 kills for Hofstra, and the hit percentage there is the big difference. Towson not making a lot of errors compared to Hofstra on the attacking side of things.
Absolutely. Towson not really looking phased. They don't seem afraid of the fact that Hofstra leads the nation in opponent hitting percentage. Yesterday, the first set, they hit extremely well. Today, they come out and able to fight back from a 19-15 deficit, come all the way back, win 25-23, and hitting over 400%. It's got to be great for them. And if Hofstra, on the other hand, going to have to clean things up defensively, do a little bit better offensively. They had 5 attack errors in that first set. Try and clean things up and see if they can tie things up here in the second set.
Yeah, and usually when their offense isn't clicking the way it does, they fall back on their defense. But when you have a team that's as strong offensively as Towson is, that's not something that you can always rely on, especially in those late rallies. You have a few really great digs here and there, but Towson's just really able to finish out sets and able to finish out each play. And second set is underway here. Braga with the first point of the second set with a kill. And Braga's been spectacular throughout this match. 6 kills so far.
And it's so important to come back out after losing the first set, get that first point. Feel like you have one step ahead of the Tigers.
Gioshvili Rava will serve for the Pride. Kaya Alp corrals that one. Ducek pushes. Braga is able to push it over there for a kill and another point for Hofstra. So back-to-back kills by Braga.
Fantastic dig out there by Kaya Alp, just diving, saving it with one hand, and Braga able to get the soft push over for her second kill in a row. So a good job from Hofstra coming out in the second set. And just looking a bit more aggressive, looking to attack a bit more than they did when they came out in the first set. Took them a bit to find their groove offensively. Looks like the break in between the first and second set hasn't hurt too much.
And that's something that you have to do, is you got to get out on the right foot. Braga with 7 kills already in this one, leading. And Stagely not too far behind her with 7. But Towson with the next 3 most powerful kills in this one, with Ella Sanders with 4. Taylor Bragan with 4 as well. Sarah Callender contributing 3.
It's been a very well-balanced attack from Towson. Hofstra really having to rely on their top 2 players. Braga has been fantastic, leading everyone in the match so far. 7 kills, 2 here to start in the second set. But Hofstra, they have to do so much on defense, guarding so many different players. It's going to be so hard. They're pulled in so many different directions. Whereas Towson right now feel like they probably have things a little bit more under control. Obviously, Braga is going to do her thing. Stagely has been fantastic. But outside of that, not too many threats. Ducek has the 3 kills. She's looked good, but Nunez has 1. Gioshvili Rava has 1. Clara Ball yet to have a kill so far on 5 attempts. So Hofstra needing to find answers both on offense and defense. Yesterday, they were able to rely on defense to keep them in the matchup, but so far today, Towson's out blocking them. Hofstra have 2 blocking errors to Towson's 0. So it hasn't really been the same type of safety net as it has been in the past, so they'll have to find different types of answers on offense.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been Braga and Stagely all the way for the Pride, and just more balanced attack on Towson's side of things. So it's really a guessing game as to who is going to be attacking for the Tigers, and it makes it just so much more difficult to play a strong defensive game because they have so many threats on offense, and it seems like there's just been 2 that the Pride have called on today to finish things out on offense. So the point stands for Hofstra. Gioshvili Rava will serve for the Pride. Sanders on the attack, but it's corralled by the Pride. Perez sign. A little too much power, and the point will go to Towson.
A good attempt from press sign. Good attempt. You know, a bit too much on it, but that's what you get out of her. She has so much power in her attacks.
Gone with a service error there for Towson and a point for the Pride.
Sydney Stewart back into the matchup for the Tigers. She was huge yesterday. Just such an all-around player. Defensively, she's their anchor.
Yeah, one of the best defenders in the entire conference, second NCAA, and another point for the Pride there.
And Stewart just not in the right position there. She was trying to set up behind her blockers in case of a deflection, but it just went in a different direction off to her right.
Sanders on the attack there, and with the kill off the fingertips of a Pride member. Purcell Telefoni will serve for the Tigers. Her serve is received by Kaya Alp. Nunez on the attack, but it's deflected by Towson. Stagely goes up with the kill for the Pride.
And Isadora Stagely reaching the 1K kill club earlier this season. She's easily Hofstra's best attacker, even with Braga on the hot streak she's been on the past few matches.
One of the most reliable players in this Hofstra team, whether it's offensively or defensively. Stagely again with another kill. Back-to-back kills for Isadora Stagely.
And another reason why she's so valuable is because of that reliability, that when you are in these little bit of these funks, you know, Mansour can lean on Stagely to be a player to help get Hofstra out of those little bit of those ruts, get a couple of easy points going their way because of how good she is.
Yeah, and what's so special about Stagely is she originally wasn't an attacker. She started her career as a libero, and that's why she's so strong defensively. She's able to contribute both as an attacker and on the defensive side of things because of her background as a defensive specialist. So she's just able to contribute so much to this team, whether it be, you know, through kills, whether it be through digs. She's just able to be everywhere all the time, it seems like.
Yeah, Hofstra, and they're going to need her when it comes to the second set. We look at the first set, only the 15 kills, pretty low for them when you look at their season averages. Only 2 service aces, which is nice. You know, Towson didn't have any, but just 1 block, 2 service errors. That's not going to help them in the long run. You know, we talked about how their defense and their blocking has been such a huge part of their success this season. 1 block through that first set. You know, not what we expect, not the typical type of performance out of the Hofstra Pride we've come to be used to so far this season.
Yeah, with the team who's ranked in the nation for blocks per set, it's really interesting to see here how Towson's able to just avoid the blocks, it seems like, and just be on the attack. And we're going to take another look at Stagely's kill here, just off the fingertips of Towson, not able to block it, too much power on it. And for someone who is on the shorter side of things, there's so much power behind Stagely's arm.
It's just so impressive watching her go up for those kill attempts too, just seeing the vertical she gets.
Towson with the kill there. Just able to find the open ground. Seems like they've been really able to read this Pride's defense and find where the Pride are not.
Yeah, her brother's doing a great job. 13 kills for her yesterday, already just 3 today.
Serve there is pushed around on the Pride side of things, but right down the line and out of bounds, so the point will go to Towson.
Hofstra didn't seemed a little shocked by it at first, and it looks like, yep, Mansour will challenge it. They were pretty quick into deciding to challenge that one.
Yeah, Mansour has a lot of reliance in her team. She believes in them a lot. And if it's Stagely saying that she believes that that ball was in, she's going to take the trust in one of her strongest attackers on this team. Towson really dominated that first set. 18 kills, 3 blocks, the service errors were something that they were able to give the Pride a few points on. 3 service errors there in that first set. Take a look at this. Just not able to corral it, and it's right down the line. Not able
Stagely immediately points as if she got the point. And I had noticed that assistant coach Steve Klosterman was immediately, as soon as you saw Mansour turn back towards the bench, he immediately was, given the call to challenge it. So at least a couple players on Hofstra felt like that they should have gotten the point there. We'll see what the officials are able to see, whether or not it caught the line or not.
Yeah, and they're standing right on that side, able to see the line pretty well. So I would assume that they have a pretty good vision of where that ball landed, whether it be in or out of bounds. But this is a really important point here for either team, as it can sway the momentum. And take an overhead look at this one. Looks like it lands almost just on the line, maybe right out of bounds. That's a really close call. It's going to be really interesting to see how it rules, and it does rule in Hofstra's favor. So it'll be a point for the Pride.
So give credit to Stagely. She was the first one to point it out as soon as it happened. And as you mentioned, Shane, a huge point. Instead of it being a 6-4 and just a 2-point difference, Hofstra a 7-3 advantage.
Perez Sign will serve for the Pride. Perez Sign has so much power behind her serve. It's always, wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of her serves. It's received cleanly by Towson. Kaya Alp, the dig there for the Pride. Stagely. Stewart able to put a dig there, and too much power on the attack for Towson, and a point for the Pride.
Good job from Hofstra, able to just keep attacking. Sydney Stewart having not only to receive that Constanza Perez Sign service attempt, but having to receive a Stagely kill attempt too, and she handled both of them very well.
Perez Sign with the serve again. And Stagely with the pushover there. Stagely's just able to mix things up, whether it be a full-blown attack attempt or just a little pushover, able to see the court so well and contribute to this team in so many different ways. Perez Sign will serve again. One hits the ceiling as there's so much power on it. Stagely will try to go down the line, but it's read by Towson. Gioshvili Rava with a light tap over. Different look there for Towson, and push over by the Pride, but Towson's able to corral it, and Towson gets the point on that one.
A nice rally from both sides. Towson continued trying to attack Neil Kaya Alp, and she's done a great job so far today. He's trying to stay in front of a lot of those attempts, but the second one just a bit too strong for her.
I like how both teams in that one were trying to switch things up, switch the way that they attack, whether it be a quicker or a slower, able to just change things up and try and stop the rally from happening. And in the midst of another rally here, Braga keeps that alive for the Pride. Stagely on the attack. Towson tries to control it. Push over for the Pride, but Towson's able to stop it. Braga sets up Stagely. Towson's there. And Towson with the point, able to put it in just before that out of bounds line at the very back end of the court.
And another long rally. It was all those long rallies yesterday that made that 5-set thriller so exciting, and Towson able to get away with the point this time.
Stagely dug out by Stewart. Blocked by the Pride. Dioff with the kill for Towson. It's 3 consecutive points for the Tigers.
After Hofstra's 3-0 run, Towson immediately responding with a 3-0 run of their own, pull within just 3.
Kaya Alp receives the serve. Stagely set up. Towson on the attack. Kaya Alp with the dig. Stagely with the kill. Stagely's been so good in this one. 10 kills already.
She's so impressive, and just another moment where she gets a huge kill to stop a Towson run and get Hofstra back in control of the serve and just get them a point on the board.
She's just that kind of player, able to see the floor so well and able to just know her body so well as to how hard she has to hit the ball for it to land just in bounds. Towson on the attack and with the kill. Pagan with the kill for the Tigers on that one.
Number 5 on the day for Taylor Pagan, the 3rd Towson Tiger to have at least 5 kills.
Stewart with the serve. Stagely. Towson is not able to corral that one. It'll be another kill for Stagely, her 11th on the day.
That one took a weird bounce, hitting off one of the lights on the ceiling. Towson just unable to read it.
Duchek will serve for the Pride. The setup for Saltoni, but it's read by the Pride. Too much power on Braga's attempt there, so it'll be a point for Towson.
Tiger's doing a good job getting out of the way of that attempt, letting it go out past the back line.
Jesse will serve for the Tigers. It'll be another service error for the Tigers and a point for Hofstra.
The 5th service error for Towson. They can't be giving Hofstra these free points. It was a huge reason why the Pride were able to get back into the match yesterday.
Towson fumbles it around, but able to push it over. It'll be a point for Towson.
Josh Feely-Rava going crashing into the net there. So she'll get called for the attack error.
And Taylor Pagan will serve for the Tigers. Kaya Alp on the receiving end of it. Into the net, and the Pride are not able to corral it. So another point for Towson, and a service error for them, a service ace for them as well.
Pagan with a very impressive service ace. You know, kind of similar to Constanza Perez-Stein with the way she throws it high into the air and gets so much power behind her serve. It was just too much, even though Nia Kaya Alp was able to get to it and keep it alive. The rest of the Pride just not in the right positions to play it, and it goes for a point for Towson.
Yeah, the service game has been really interesting in this one. Towson has 5 service errors to the Pride's 2. Towson has 1 service ace to the Pride's 2. So it seems like Towson there is giving the Pride 5 free points with, a few service errors, something that the Pride haven't really been able to capitalize on this one, something that they were able to capitalize on yesterday. Hofstra had 6 service errors to Towson's 12. But for the Pride, it's been all Isadora Stagely today. She has been incredible on the attack. Absolutely.
She's been really the one keeping Hofstra in this match so far, already up to 11 kills, which is fantastic. She's constantly being the one to end these Towson runs or start these Hofstra runs. And if she wasn't out on the court right now, Hofstra would be in some serious trouble, because outside of Braga, there hasn't been much offensively that they've gone from anyone else.
Pagan will serve again for Towson. Kaya Alp receives that one cleanly. Braga with the kill.
It's been a while since we heard Braga get a kill.
Whether it's Braga or Stagely, those two have just really been leading the Pride today. Towson on the attack, but it's blocked by Nunez and Stagely. Braga will serve for the Pride. Stewart receives it cleanly. Braga tries to save that one, but just not able to control it, and it'll be a point for Towson.
Yeah, Alexander just put in so much power in that attack. Braga was able to drop down quick enough to keep it up, but it came off so fast that it went out of play, and Towson didn't even have to worry about trying to receive it.
Alexa Mork will be substituted in to serve for the Tigers. Braga receives that one cleanly. Perez sign on the attack, but it's dug out by Towson. That'll be a point for Towson. Towson's coach was going to argue that the Pride were in the net on that one, but point will go to Towson regardless.
Good job from Towson to fake Hofstra out a little bit before getting the real attempt over, and Braga just wasn't ready to receive it.
Miscommunication again by the Pride, not able to control the service. And Towson's right back in this one. The Pride still lead 14-13, but Towson's in the middle of a 3-0 scoring run right now. Kaya Alp receives that one cleanly. Stagely. It's dug out by Towson. Sanders on the attack, but too much power, and the point will go to Hofstra.
And the Pride getting some help from Towson. Another attack and error out of the Tigers. Already number 7 on the day. Hofstra 8 of their own. So they'll take every point they can get from Towson making some mistakes.
Kaya Alp serve for the Pride. A huge kill there for Towson. Aaron Brothers. It'll be her 7th kill of the day.
And Aaron Brothers has just quietly been having a fantastic game for Towson. Leads them in kills. Doesn't have an errors, hitting 778 so far through the second set.
Kaya Alp receives the serve clean. Perez sign with the kill there.
What a response from Perez sign. Emphatic kill there.
Take a look at this one again.
Just see so much power behind it. Doesn't even need to get up that much because of how tall she is.
You see another powerful swing here on her service. Kaya Alp sets up Stagely. It's pushed over by Towson. Stagely will try again. And she'll be successful, but will bounce off the wall, and Towson keeps it alive somehow. Stagely will try again. This time, she has the kill.
Took an extra attempt there as the ball hit off the ceiling and was able to stay close enough before going out. It almost certainly would have gone out past the barricade, so Towson was able to keep it alive just long enough.
Towson able to keep the ball alive on the service there from the Pride. Stagely dug out by Towson. The Pride able to capitalize on the lack of control from Towson in this second set here.
Diouf a little bit too much, getting under the attack, as the Tigers will call another timeout.
It's seems like the Pride have really been able to rally back into this one after, kind of losing their lead there for a while, but able to just come back on the attack. Stagely leading with 12 kills. She's just been spectacular today, and the Pride have had a rough start this season. They've been pretty successful, only one loss when they've gotten off to a loss in the first set, and that would be against Charleston. The only 2 losses they've had this season were against Charleston, but they lost the first set against Rider, Temple, NCAA, and Towson yesterday, but were able to pull out wins in all of them. So not always a representation of how the Pride play the first set. They're able to just rally back throughout the entirety of the match and win some really tough matches.
It just goes to show the resilience, the mental fortitude that this team has grown into this season. I mentioned how last year they had so many losses where they had leads and they gave them up and they had inabilities to finish out sets. Now this season, even though they've had times where they've lost the first set and been in a hole, they've been able to fight back and still win the match.
Perez sign on serve. It's received cleanly by Towson. Dioff with the attack attempt. Stagely pushes it over. Pride are able to corral it. Stagely pushes it over again, but Towson is there. Blocked, but received by Towson. It'll be a point for the Pride and a block for the Hofstra.
Now we're starting to see the defense that we saw yesterday from the Pride. Those extra attempts, those diving dig outs, and just the presence up at the net for those blocks.
The Pride have a 3-0 scoring run right now. Perez sign with the serve. Towson's not able to corral that. It'll be another point for the Pride. Take a 6-point lead here in the second set.
Hofstra just doing a great job defensively. They had a block this time by Ducek, forced the attack error in the point before. So just putting pressure on Towson. They've made it to 20. We saw last set they had the 19-14 lead, and Towson came all the way back.
Perez sign, that'll be an error for her. Throws that ball up so high in the air that sometimes it's hard to read, and wasn't able to get a good look on that one. It'll be a free point for Towson.
She'll laugh it off. It's what makes her such a great player is those serves, and so sometimes she's gonna go wrong.
Stagely in the attack, but Towson's able to corral it. Pamitat with the diving attempt there. The point will go to Towson.
Back-to-back plays where Hofstra just mistiming their jumps, mistiming their hits.
Calendar with the serve for the Tigers. Braga able to find some open space, but Towson's able to get it right before it hits the ground. Stagely, all the power on that one, and a point for the Pride, a much-needed point for Hofstra.
Towson was able to keep it alive just long enough. They had that last-second dig out, but Stagely would not be denied getting the point for her side.
Stagely now with 13 kills on the day, and she'll serve for the Pride. Towson able to get that one over the block of Hofstra. Stewart will serve for the Tigers. Kaitlyn tries to save that one, and Hofstra is able to get it over the net somehow. Kaitlyn pushes that one over. And too much power for Towson, and the point for the Pride.
How did Hofstra win that one? The way that they were able to just keep it alive there, 2 insane dig outs at the very start of the play. Almost certainly seemed like it was going to fall and Towson was going to come away with that point, but the resilience from the Pride to stick with it.
And Kaitlyn just being there and able to receive some really tough services and keep the ball alive for the Pride. She's been incredible this season, leading the team in digs, really filling in that spot as the main libero. And once Kiara Kuko graduated, and one of the best liberos in Hofstra history, she's able to just fill in that role so seamlessly this year. Take a look again at this last play and how Hofstra's just able to keep it alive to the very last minute. And
Towson is challenging the call. I guess trying to see if Joshvili Rava tipped it there at the net. Didn't seem like it during the play from our vantage point. But luckily we have the ability of replay to go back and slow it down, see if maybe there was a deflection. It's so tough to tell, but it doesn't look like the ball takes a huge change of direction.
And this one's going to be a tough one to overturn because it doesn't seem as there's a hit off of Joshvili Rava's fingers or a change in direction of the ball. So it'll be really interesting to see how the referees rule this one.
Slowing it down, you could see a world where it grazes off her fingertips, in which case Towson would get the point, but the evidence has to be conclusive. It has to be clear enough for the referee to be able to say without a shadow of a doubt that, yes, it was deflected. So Hofstra could get the benefit of the doubt as the call stands because originally it was in their favor. Get it from the opposite view, see. It might have gone off that middle and that ring finger there.
It's so hard to tell. It looks like it may have just grazed her finger, but I don't know if it's going to be conclusive enough to overturn the call here. There does look like there is a little change in direction off her fingertip, so.
You kind of see the ball kind of curl. It was kind of going towards the middle of the court. It kind of curls out back towards that near side corner. So from that vantage point, you can almost kind of make the argument that there had to be some sort of deflection, it grazing off the finger. Otherwise, it would have gone in a straight line.
And with how long they've been looking over this play, it almost seems like it might go in the favor of Towson. It would be a really important point for Towson as they're behind in this one. We're able to rally back after a huge Hofstra lead in the first set, and this might just be the momentum that they need. So we're going to get an answer here.
They will give it to Towson. So the replay challenge does go in the way for the Tigers.
So Taylor Pagan will get the kill on that last play there that was overturned. It'll be 21-18. Pride still lead in the second set.
If Towson's able to come back and win this second set, Hofstra's going to have to definitely look back at that challenge being a turning point.
Absolutely. It could just be the momentum that Towson needs to start a little run here. Able to stunt some of the momentum that Hofstra may have had, having a break here. Stewart with the serve. Kaya Alp receives it cleanly. Braga with the kill. Answers right back from that overturned call.
Seems like she took it a bit personal and understood that Hofstra needed to come out and get a quick point. Don't let a long rally give Towson some momentum. Get that point back immediately.
And Braga's been that person all year. Whenever you need someone to fall back on and get you a point late in the set, she's there for you. And Konzen is back in this one to serve. Always coming in late to serve in a close set. Towson, free ball for Hofstra. Nunez with the fake. And that'll be a point for Hofstra.
Great job from the Pride, able to pick up second straight point, and what could have been a momentum shifter with that challenge and the point going back for Towson hasn't seemed to have affected the Pride and their steadfast goal of tying things up here in the second set.
The way that they're able to bounce back after a call like that being overturned really shows how this team has been put together and how they rally around each other and not letting that get to them. Conzen's serve is good and received cleanly by Towson. Blocked by the Pride, but Towson keeps it alive. Stagely with the diving attempt there. Pamitat will bump it over. Dioff with the kill for Towson.
And Stagely gave a great attempt there to dig it out, showing off some of that former libero experience, but Dioff, who just got subbed off, was able to get the kill. She's continuing to be another one of those Towson options, up to 4 kills now. Good for 4th on the team.
Jesse will serve for Towson. Kaya Alp receives it cleanly. Braga on the attack, but Towson's able to corral it. And Towson with a kill there is Ella Sanders. Pride struggling to close out a set. Struggle that they've had in the past. Gotten a little bit better at it this season, but giving Towson this rope late in this set, not really in the favor of Hofstra here. So Towson will give Hofstra a point and the set point here with a service error.
That's a back-breaking mistake from Towson. It happened yesterday in that 4th set. That set that went all the way to 30-28. It was Towson who gave away advantage late in that set with a service error.
Joshvili-Rava will serve for the Pride. Sanders denied by the Pride. Braga with the point for the Pride to finish out the set. A 25-20 set 2 victory for Hofstra.
And Braga, just like yesterday in that same situation in the 4th set, Hofstra got the advantage from Towson's mistake on the service error, and then they finished it off the next play with the kill.
Well, their ability to come back from what could have been a momentum-shifting, overturned call, just able to finish out that set, and it's just really impressive. And there's a potential CAA championship matchups here.
Yeah, we see Hofstra. This could potentially be a preview of that quarterfinal matchup. Towson, fighting to stay in that 4th spot. A loss here would, kind of put them in danger of falling into the 5th seed with North Carolina A&T getting a win against Stony Brook today. So this is going to be huge for both teams, being able to scout out a potential matchup in the semifinals. Hofstra wanting to have that advantage, knowing that Towson's going to be hosting the tournament.
Yeah, and Campbell right now is still tied with Hofstra for 1st place, so it'll be interesting to see. We'll be right back with 3rd set action on Flow College.
Apple Bank opened its doors over 160 years ago.
And back then, it was all about one-on-one banking. In today's world, banking's all about easy and convenient, and saving you time for the moments that matter.
We get that, but sometimes you need to speak with someone to make it happen. And at Apple Bank, that's what we still do. One-on-one service since the day we first opened.
Welcome to Apple Bank. How can I help you?
Easy, convenient, personal banking.
Apple Bank, your neighbor, your bank since 1863.
Hofstra Hello means to me family.
Community of opportunities.
People.
A home away from home.
Tradition. Connections.
Religion.
Friendship.
For 75 years, Hofstra Hillel, the Center for Jewish Life on campus, has been serving the Hofstra community. Thousands of students of all backgrounds have participated in our weekly classes, travel programs, service projects, and holiday celebrations. Especially now, when students need us most, please support Hofstra Hillel. Go to hofstrahillel.org for more information.
QFA's 5-star offense maximizes client returns while the 5-star defense generates additional current income while mitigating risk. To learn more, reach out to co-founder and Hofstra alumni Joe Rinaldi or register on their website at qfainc.com.
This is the CAA on Flow College.
It's all tied up at 1 apiece here, heading into the third set. We're going to take a look at this last play that gave Hofstra the second set victory, capped it off there. But it's been a thrilling matchup so far between two of the best teams in the conference. And some second set stats. Pride had 15 kills to Towson's 3. Pride minimizing their errors in this one, just 4 to Towson's 7. That was something that Hofstra was able to clean up from the first set over into the second. And it was Towson making some of the mistakes and giving Hofstra some easy points in that second set.
Yeah, we see Hofstra, they still had 15 kills, but Towson 13 instead of the 18. You mentioned the less errors, and what stands out the most to me is the hitting percentage. Hofstra still at 282, but Towson, who hit over 400% in the first set, down to 146 in the second set. So Hofstra defensively stepped up, and that definitely made the difference in the second set. Had many more moments of defensively holding strong and holding out long enough for their offense to get the job done.
Yeah, that defensive side of things really exploded in the second one, as now have 4 blocks on the day as well. For Towson, it's been Ella Sanders. She's had a really strong season, 308 kills on the years, and she has 7 kills on the day, so big contributor for Towson, leading with 7 kills in this one, tied with Aaron Brothers for the most kills on Towson's side of things.
She had 14 yesterday to lead her side, so 7 already through 2 sets. On pace to match, if not surpass that here today. With how things are looking, might have to go all 5 sets for a second straight day.
The Pride will have the opening serve here in the third set. Telefoni tries to push that one over, and it's blocked by Towson for the first point of the third set.
Towson doing a good job getting the first point. Hofstra were the first ones to strike in the second set, so Towson trying to get an early advantage.
Perez Stein able to corral it and push it over for Towson. And a block for the Pride, and the point will go to Towson, as that's a blocking error for the Pride. Sarah Callender on the serve for the Tigers. Braga with the kill for the Pride to get them on the board in this third set.
And Braga, who finished it in the second set, getting the first kill for Hofstra here in the third.
Braga will serve for the Pride. It's received cleanly by Towson. And a dump over for a point for Towson.
Great reaction out of the Tigers there. They saw the empty space in the middle of the court in Hofstra's defense and just quick thinking to dump it over.
Pride trying to do everything here to get back on They fall behind by 2 early in this third set. Marcel Telefoni will serve for the Tigers. Received by Stagely. Stanza Perez Sign on the attack. It's not corralled by Towson, so it'll be a kill for Perez Sign.
Perez Sign, just the second kill for her today. She's been kind of quiet. Hopefully getting a bit more involved here in the third set.
Kaya Alp's service is good. Pride are not able to keep it alive, and it'll be a kill for Towson. Towson's offense in this third set looks really fresh and strong.
Yeah, 3 kills from 4 total attacks. They look like feeling like a bit reinvigorated after dropping that second set.
Braga will receive the service. Duchek able to push it over for a point for the Pride.
After 3 kills in the first set, Lilia Duchek gets her 4th here in the third. So good for her to get back on the court and get involved early on here in the set.
Take a look at the little push over there, able to find some open ground for the kill. Perez Sign serving for Hofstra. Just able to make that one over the net, and it'll be a service ace for Perez Sign.
And she'll take it. It's first one of the day. So back-to-back points, or 2 points so far for Perez Sign here in the third set.
And even with the awkward throw, she was able to get the ace on that one, but an ace to an error there for Perez Sign. Taylor Bergon will serve for the Tigers. Hofstra trying to corral it, and they do. Stagely on the attack, and with the kill. Stagely with her 14th kill of the day.
She's been fantastic all afternoon. Another instance of her helping even out the momentum, get things back in favor of the Pride.
Towson with a quick response and a kill from Aaron Brothers.
And Hofstra asking to challenge it, but don't think the coach Mansour will this time around.
Stewart with the serve for Towson. Braga, but it's received cleanly by Towson. Dioff there just able to find some open space for the kill. She's gone kind of under the radar in this one, but has really contributed. 5 kills so far. Kaya Alp able to keep it alive for the Pride. It'll be point Hofstra.
Yeah, give Kaya Alp the credit for that point. Able to receive it, send it right back over, and Towson just unable to capitalize, just giving away free points. Another attack error.
That'll be a kill for Towson and a kill for Dioff, who starting to explode here in the third set.
Yeah, 2 kills now on the last 3 plays, so she's quietly now found herself at 6 kills, 1 behind Pagan and Sanders, and just 2 behind Aaron Brothers for the lead on the team.
Jesse will serve for the Tigers. And Stagely, the kill for the Pride.
And that was just so impressive just to see her come from the back and fly through the air and just get so much power behind that attack. There was almost nothing Towson could do about it. It was past them before they could even blink.
It was right when the Pride needed 2. They were behind, now within 1. Joshvili with the serve for the Pride. Towson on the attack, but Hofstra able to corral it. Nunez flies up in the air, but pushes the ball into the net, so it'll be a point for Towson.
Joshvili trying to set up Nunez there. Couldn't get the ball high enough for Emily Nunez to finish. Sends it straight into the net.
Kaitlyn receives the service cleanly. Braga with the kill for the Pride. Her 13th of the day.
Stagely and Braga just putting the team on their backs right now offensively. 28 combined kills for the two of them.
That 1-2 punch of the two of them has just been spectacular all season, really showing off today. Really powerful kill by McGon there for Towson.
And both offenses just really putting in so much work trying to outlast the other. Stagely and Braga, you know, the two-headed monster versus Towson, who have multiple kills from 6 different players. All of them with at least 3 kills, so it really has been an offense by committee.
Joshvili sets up Constanza Perez sign. Towson not able to corral it, so it'll be a kill for Perez sign.
Too strong off the attack from Perez sign. It went straight up off the ceiling and just bounced out of bounds. Nothing Towson could do about it. This Perez sign is having the best set she's had so far today. She's looked amazing.
Now the Pride are within 1 point. Braga with the attempt there, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a point for Towson.
Good try from Braga, but just like in the last play with Perez sign, it was just too strong. Wasn't able to receive it clean enough to keep it in play. Just had to react and at least get some contact.
So much power from both offensive sides today. We have a lot of different attackers and hitters who are just able to put so much strength behind the swing in their arm. Moran will serve for Towson. Stagely. Towson able to keep it alive. Stagely will try again. This time it'll be good. Another kill for Stagely, her 16th of the day. Perez sign will serve for the Pride. The point will go to Hofstra as that attack is out of bounds. It's all tied up at 11 here.
After a slow start to the third set, Hofstra slowly fighting their way back into it. They've gone it even now at 11.
This team has a lot of fight in them. They're showing that here in this third set. And that'll be a service ace for Constanza Perez sign.
She's been fantastic this third set, looking the best she's had all day and able to sneak that service ace and tuck it in.
Perez sign serving again for the Pride. Towson able to keep it up, and it'll be a kill for Brothers. Brothers is so sharp on the attack, just able to push it right down into the ground. That's why she has one of the best hitting percentages in the entire conference.
And she's already up to 9 kills, hitting at 50% so far today.
Braga coming up in the air, but it'll be corralled by Towson. Pamitat will set up Stagely. Towson getting control. Dioff on the attack. Pamitat digs it out. Stagely is denied. And there's a kill for Stagely.
It was so close there at the very end. But Stagely getting the call. We'll see before Aaron Brothers. It was fantastic. Just, it's been so great for Towson. Both teams showing great resilience.
Pamatat with the diving attempt there, and it's blocked up front by Towson for a point to tie things up at 13.
Both these teams just so evenly matched. It really is just a difference of millimeters, really.
Duchek with the attack attempt, but it's no good, and the point goes to Towson.
Duchek just couldn't get up high enough. Or just able to get high enough.
Kaya Alp receives Stewart's service cleanly. Braga on the attack, but it's blocked by Towson. Stagely denied up front by this duo of middle blockers. This blocking game now is coming to its head for Towson. Able to deny the Pride in the past few plays. Haven't seen a lot of that today, but it's coming together here in the third set. Something that the Pride haven't really been able to do yet in this matchup, but has been something that they've relied a lot on defensively this season.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out for them so far today, but it's something that has to be, you know, made aware of. And we look at the kill leaders, and it really has just been a game of offense, and Braga and Stagely have been fantastic. 30 combined kills. You know, you look at Sanders, Pagan, and Brothers, and combined, they're at just 25. So really the two of them being able to neutralize those three Towson attackers is huge. It just is able to give Hofstra so much more breathing room and able to stay into this game, knowing that those two are doing so much extra work on the offensive end to keep you in it.
Those two are the centerfold of this team. They are the rock of this offense for the Pride. Towson, it's the complete other way around. They have so many different players that they can rely on offensively and just go to. So many different options, but for the Pride, it's been Stagely and Braga, and it's been like that most of the season. As it's senior day, it's really sad to know that this is the last time that Stagely will play here in the physical education building for the Pride. Braga with the attack. Towson able to keep it alive. Too much power, and point will go to Towson. The point will go to Hofstra, I'm sorry.
Hofstra doing another good job at ending a Towson run before it got too long. A 3-0 run halted there. Towson hasn't had too many long runs. Hofstra cutting them at 3 or 4 mostly.
Towson on the attack. Goes off. Attempt by Duchek, and Towson will have a 2-point advantage here in this one.
You can see how much both teams want this victory. Towson obviously had their perfect road record spoiled by the Pride, wanting to return the favor by giving Hofstra their first loss at home this year.
Kyle not able to control that one, and it'll be a point for Towson, their third consecutive point.
So 2 3-0 runs for Towson, sandwiched with the Hofstra point in between.
Stagely with the kill for the Pride, her 18th kill of the day. Stagely has been spectacular in this one.
I mentioned this is her last match here at home, and she's saving her last match at home for one of her best performances. She does not want to end her career at home with a loss.
Towson on the attack. Hofstra able to keep it alive. Braga denied by Towson. Prez-Stein will give it a go. And it'll be point Towson. That one goes out. Towson has a 3-point advantage here in the third set, and that'll cause Mansour to call a timeout.
I think it's a challenge, actually. Looks like, from my point of view, I thought it was in at first. And then immediately after the call was made for a Towson point, Hofstra bench was quickly to call for a challenge. They did not agree with that at all. Assistant coach Steve Klosterman once again just was instant to advise Mansour to challenge it, and she wasn't going to object whatsoever.
This team has been really successful with their challenges this year. Mansour really knows when to lay it down. Before we saw challenge the play and it went in her favor. They know this team pretty well. They know this home court very well, so able to tell pretty well if it's in or out of bounds. But a really important point for the Pride that they definitely want to get back to stunt the momentum of Towson and also to stop the run that they're on, and three-point advantage would be cut to just a 2-point deficit for the Pride. Take another look at this play here.
It's going to be on this Perez sign hit. See it? It looks like it might have just caught the back of the line there. From the overtop angle, it looks more in Towson's favor, but it's so close whether it caught the back of the line right there. You can kind of see a bit of that line disappear as soon as the ball does bounce, which might favor Hofstra.
It looks like it might have just touched that top half of the line there, and if it would be a point for the Pride, and really important point at that. Mansour knows when to challenge a play. Been head coach of this Hofstra Pride team for 12 seasons now. Accumulated 220 wins throughout her career and 2 CAA tournament titles, 2 NCAA appearances, and Pride won the regular season once. Looking to do it again. Last time they did that was 2018. So the point will go to Towson on that one. Challenge not in the Pride's favor. Mansour not too happy about that one.
She's going to get her money's worth on the lost challenge.
Calendar serving for Towson. It's received cleanly by the Pride. Braga. Josh Villarava with the dig there. Braga up in the air on the attack, but Towson gobbles it up. Kaya Alp with the diving attempt there, and sends a Perez sign. The attack, middle of a rally here. It'll be a point for Hofstra. Got revenge on that call that didn't go in their favor.
And it's a second time where Hofstra have come out of a challenge and responded really well. Is he just too strong there? Good job from Nunez and Braga. Keep their hands out of the way.
Braga will serve. And it'll be a timeout here in this one. Towson leads 18-16, just a 2-point lead here in the third set, trying to break it open. So currently 1-1 overall with the set victories. Towson winning the first set and the Pride winning the second.
And this is a crucial timeout coming out of Towson and Coach Metal. 18-16 is a real turning point in the third set. You don't want to go down 2-1. You want to have that advantage going into a fourth set, because we saw Hofstra was able to force a fifth set, and doing that, the team that forces the fifth set has to have the momentum and the advantage going into that fifth set. You have to be feeling good. So if you're Towson, you have this 2-point lead, call a timeout here, gain some more breathing room, finish the set off, and hope that you can finish off in 4 sets, because the last thing you want is to go 5 sets against Hofstra again.
And Hofstra been successful in their last few matches that have went 5 sets. Against A&T, they were able to finish that one out, and then yesterday against Towson, able to finish out that 5-set victory. Braga serves for the Pride. Received cleanly by Towson. Blocked by the Pride, but it's no good, so it'll be a point for Towson.
It's a good attempt from Hofstra there, but the block going to go out of bounds, so Ella Sanders gets credit for the kill. Her 9th of the day as her and brothers lead the Tigers.
Yeah, Sanders and brothers have both been spectacular today, but Sanders just really coming up whenever Towson really needs a point. Joshvili Rava sets up Perez Sign. Point will go to Towson as Perez Sign's attempt is out of bounds.
It goes wide right there, unable to keep it in a straight line, keeping it within the lines.
Mork serves for Towson. It'll be a service error from Mork and the Tigers and a point for the Pride.
It's a 7th service error for Towson now. It's been probably their biggest weakness so far today. They have the 3 service aces, but 7 errors. Just giving the Hofstra too many free points. 14 attack errors to go along with it.
Kaya Alp serves for the Pride. Allender tries to push it over, but Hofstra reads it. Stagely. Towson able to keep it alive. Kaya Alp with the dig for the Pride. Stagely tries again. And is successful this time with the kill.
And Callender tried to get an arm out and deflect it and keep it alive, but too strong off the right arm of Stagely. Yes. Keep Hofstra in this one.
Towson receives Kaya Alp's service, and be a point for Towson as Pride are not able to control the ball there.
Aaron Brothers, the first one for Towson to break 10 kills. Probably no bigger than that last one.
Moran serve. Kaya Alp not able to receive it cleanly, so it'll be an ace for Moran and a point for Towson.
And Towson just doing a better job here on the serves, finding those empty spaces, forcing Kaya Alp into those dives early on in the set, or in the rally. And too many times she's been caught out where she just hasn't been able to get there fast enough.
And Towson taking a lead late in this one. They currently lead by 4 points. So it's kind of been in their favor as of late after the last time out. Well, after the challenge, Hofstra answered right away, and then Towson was able to just jump right back into it and get a few points and take a pretty commanding lead late in this 3rd set here.
It's been back and forth all day, and we see Towson and Hofstra when it comes to distributing the wealth, getting everyone involved. The Tigers, 9 different players with a kill. Hofstra just 6. 6 different players with at least 5 kills so far in this one. Just 2 of them on Hofstra's side, 4 of them for Towson. So the Pride have really had to rely a lot on Stagely and Braga, whereas Towson continue to look to different options and get contributions from different names.
Coming out of the timeout, the Pride look to stun any momentum that Towson has and rally back. Stagely with the kill, her 20th of the day. Reaching double figures again for the Pride is Stagely. Perez Sign serves for the Pride. Received by Stewart. Brothers lays down the hammer. Her 11th kill of the day. She's been absolutely spectacular for Towson.
Yeah, she's really taking it upon herself, especially here in the third set, to really drag her team to the finish line.
A really powerful service there for Towson. Braga with a kill for the Pride off the fingertips of Towson. Pride trying to rally here late in the third set.
And a huge point from Braga, able to get the deflection at the net.
Stagely serves for the Pride. Diaw denied up front by the Pride. Stagely digs it out. Braga. It's no good. It'll be a point for Towson.
And the Pride, shocked by the call there. They thought Braga kept that one in, but the line ref going to disagree, give the point here to Towson.
And it's set point Towson. Stewart serves. Braga able to avenge that last attempt, and point for Hofstra.
Great response out of Braga there. And what could have been 23-22 right now, instead 24-21. For the Pride, no room for error. They're back against the wall here in the third set. They need a little magic.
Yeah, they call on Konzen to serve. Konzen comes on in situations like this. Defensive specialist, able to do really well on the serving side of things. Diaw tries to finish it off for Towson, and she does. A 25-21 set 3 victory for the Towson Tigers. A really commanding win in this third set for Towson, and fourth set action will be up next on Flow College. Towson leads this one 2-1 over Hofstra. Looking at this last play here, Dioff caps it off for Towson to take a 2-1 set advantage over the Pride. Towson just outscoring the Pride 25-21, even in the kills category with 14, but it's that hit percentage that's really the difference there. Towson hitting 33.3% to Hofstra's 182 hit percent. That's the big difference there, and Hofstra also on the errors 8 compared to Towson's 4.
Too many free points given away by the Pride in that third set. It being the difference, those four errors being the difference between Hofstra winning that set and losing. So they'll need to clean that up right here, right now. They don't really have any room for error, down 2-1. If they can force a 5th set, they'll be feeling a lot better, considering they were able to do it yesterday and come out with a victory. Towson, though, they got to come out and win it.
Yeah, the Pride looking to keep their 11-match win streak alive. They're at home perfect streak alive as well, and stay atop of the CAA conference, so a lot at stake in this 4th set here. Kaya Alp tries to get control for Braga, who lays down the hammer with a kill to open up the 4th set.
It's a good sign. Hofstra, they got the first point in the 2nd set and they won. Towson had the first point in the 1st and 3rd. So it's been a good sign of whoever can get that first point having the momentum for the set.
Towson struggles to gain control of the service, but push it over. Braga with another kill for the Pride to open this 4th set. 2-0 Hofstra.
And it's really just Braga and Stagely just taking turns of who's going to carry this offense.
They've combined for 37 kills throughout this match so far. Kaya Alp not able to control that attack there from Sanders, so it'll be a kill for Sanders and a point for Towson.
Sanders now up to 10 kills, so her and brothers combined for 29 if you add in Taylor Pagan.
Calendar with the serve for Towson. Nunez contributing a kill for the Pride.
Great to see Emily Nunez get involved again. She's going to be huge for this team if they want to pull out this victory.
Yeah, nonetheless on her senior day as well, able to show up one last time at home for her team. Braga serves for the Pride. It's received cleanly by Stewart. Sanders, too much power, and point goes to Hofstra. Hofstra leads this one 4-1.
Sanders going wide, hasn't had too many errors, only had 2 so far. Picking up her 3rd there, still hitting at a .333 hitting percentage.
Towson sets up Calendar and sets up Pagan there, and Braga not able to corral it. Point Towson. Take a look back at that one again. So much power behind her swing. Makes it really hard to be on the receiving end of it. Purcell Telefoni serves for Towson. Kaya Alp receives it cleanly. Perez Sign switches things up, slows it down for a kill.
Great to see that out of Perez Sign. Sometimes she has such wide eyes for those kills that it's good to switch things up and just tap it over and catch the defense off guard.
Sanders. Pride keep it alive. Stagely trying to find some open space, but Towson's able to control it. Kaya Alp Keeps it alive for Hofstra. Stagely tries again, and she's good this time.
Make it 21 kills now for Isadora Stagely. It's the third time this year she's gotten 20-plus kills. She's gotten 24 two times already this season. She did it in the first home match of the season against Temple, as well as the first match on the road against Charleston.
Sutter's dump is unsuccessful there for Towson, and another kill for Hofstra.
And who else but Isadora Stagely, back-to-back kills for her. So she's at 22 as Hofstra going a 3-0 run. She's pushing for a new season high.
The Pride lead this one 7-2, which will cause Coach Metal to call a timeout to try and rally his girls together. Hofstra is able to really take a commanding start to this fourth set. It's been a lot of Stagely in this one as Hofstra goes on a 3-0 scoring run to pull ahead. If you're Towson here, you're just trying to slow some things down, talk things over, and take a look back at this last play here. Joshua just keeps it alive and pushes it over to Stagely, who's just able to find open space and attack when needed. She just has such great vision of the floor and able to catch the other team off guard, just knows exactly where to place the ball, knows her home court so well, knows her body so well. Kai Alp will serve for the Pride after the break. Brothers. It's dug out by Joshua Rava, and Stagely again for the Pride. 23 kills now for Isadora Stagely.
3 straight kills for her also. Hofstra in a 4-0 run, 3 of those points just being Isadora Stagely.
Now the blocking game for the Pride. Duchek and Perez sign. Seems like everything's starting to click for Hofstra here in the fourth set.
And we saw earlier how Hofstra, they're 4-1 after losing the first set, but this is only the 5th time they've gone to where they've given up 2 sets either, and they've only lost one of those matches.
Able to just take control of that free ball and push it right down the line. Pride really rallying here. Take a commanding 8-point lead. By far their biggest lead today.
They've finally kind of woken up and they're starting to play the volleyball that they've been playing all year, this very aggressive, unrelenting attack. Stagely's running on all cylinders. Braga's running on all cylinders. Perez Sign has done a great job these last 2 sets.
Kai Alp's serve is received cleanly by Towson. Brothers denied by Duchek. Duchek waking up with this blocking game here in the fourth set when the Pride need her most.
And Hofstra only had 4 blocks coming into this fourth set. Now they're up to 6.
Hofstra on a 7-0 scoring run, up 11-2. Really silencing Towson in the fourth set. Sanders with the kill to break that 7-0 scoring run from Hofstra.
And that was such an important point for Towson. They really needed that one to end the Hofstra's 7-0 run before things got ugly.
Braga will receive the service. Perez sign. corralled by Towson. Stagely tries to switch things up, but Towson reads it. Dioff just pushes it over. Kaya Alp. Stagely not able to lay it down there, and it'll be a point for Towson.
Looks like Stagely went crashing into the net, so she's going to get called for the error.
Moran serves for Towson. Braga and Kaya up there kind of competing. Be a kill for Perez Sign off the fingertips of Towson.
And Perez Sign continuing to be another option offensively. She's now up to 6 kills on the day. So she's done a great job these last 2 sets of stepping up for Hofstra.
Perez Sign definitely a power threat, and we just saw that there with that service. Towson able to get a point back here. Pride still lead 12-5.
Hofstra still a comfortable 7-point lead, but Towson definitely a threat to cut the deficit.
Pagan serving for Towson. Too much power on that one. Another service error for Towson. Their 8th of the day. Another free point for the Pride. Stagely dribbles before serving for the Pride. Gets the whistle go ahead. Brothers tries to push it, but it'll be a violation there and a point for the Pride. Pride are just laying it on here, able to capitalize on some big errors from Towson.
Yeah, the Tigers looking out of whack, looking all sorts of discombobulated.
Brothers able to make up for her mistake there and lay down a kill.
Aaron Brothers right in the ship. Getting Towson another point. Already up to 12 kills.
Kaya Alp receives service cleanly, and Stagely again for the Pride. What can't Stagely do? It's been the Stagely show today here.
Easily her best performance of the year. She's already tied her season high with 24 kills. She's at 11 digs, so it's another double-double for her. Just 3 away from tying her career high.
Pride deny Towson. Towson continues to struggle on the attack. Another error for them and another point for the Pride. Hofstra leads this one 16-6, a 10-point lead.
We talked about how Towson's hitting percentage was so good in the 2 sets that they won. So far here in the 4th set, they're hitting 0.
Duchek's serve will go into the net, and it'll be a free point over for Towson. Point that they very much need here as they're struggling in this 4th set. Hofstra trying to push a 5th set and keep their win streak alive, stay atop the CAA. Trying to get that first round bye and potentially win the conference. Braga not able to control that set there. This will be a point for Towson.
Some missed time jumped, went up a little bit too early after the set from Joshvili Rava. So Towson with a little bit of a lifeline, getting another point.
Kaya Alp receives service cleanly, and Stagely with so much power, but Towson able to control it. Blocked by Hofstra, but the point will go to Towson as that goes out of bounds.
And it was a great attempt from Stagely. Unfortunate that the Pride weren't able to finish it off. So 3 straight points now for Towson as they go on a mini run.
Braga with a kill for Hofstra to break up Towson's momentum here.
Talk about an all-time offensive performance from your two best players.
Stagely and Braga have looked incredible today. Towson just able to tip it off the fingers of the Pride, and Hofstra's not able to control it. Point for Towson.
And if you're the Tigers, this is the best you can ask for, just chipping away at the lead little by little.
Calendars serve is corralled by Braga. Pushed over by Towson. Braga will try again. Sanders able to find open space right down the line for a kill. Her 12th of the day.
And both teams have just been so dominant in offense. It makes it that much harder for the middle blockers to go up and, you know, guess whether it's going to be a hard attack or if they're just going to, you know, tap it on over and try and catch you. And Al Sanders doing a good job reading the defense, seeing Nunez and Perez sign going up for the block. Decided to switch up midair and just tap it over.
Can't ask for much more on either side offensively. Just been an absolute explosion for both of these teams here. Very exciting match. Both teams really just trying to do everything in their power to keep the other one from pulling ahead, and it's caused this back and forth pendulum-like play.
Yeah, both teams so evenly matched. I mean, Hofstra 131 kills to Towson's 126.
Djushvili sets up Braga for the kill. Braga, 19 kills on the day.
Yeah, she's been on fire over the past couple weeks. She has 3 straight matches with 20-plus kills. She's 1 away from making it 4 straight.
Nunez able to keep it alive for the Pride. Djushvili will try to control it. Stagely pushes it over, but it's corralled by Towson. Sanders to Braga. Braga keeps it alive. Djushvili pushes it back into play, and Stagely pushes it over. Towson, a lot of power from Pagan there. Off the fingertips of the Pride, and a point for Towson.
It's got to be so difficult for Hofstra when Towson's front line are just able to attack you from anywhere on the court, whether it's Sanders on that far end, Aaron Brothers in the middle, or Taylor Pagan on this near side of the court. They've just been fantastic. Whoever they go up to, it seems like they're finishing almost every kill.
Yeah, all 3 of them in double digits, kills-wise. Perez sign, trying to switch things up and slow it down. And Sanders with another kill past 2 diving members of the Pride.
Now this is where you get into a bit of troublesome territory if you're Hofstra. You've seen a 9-point lead. Now down to 6. So you're still in pretty good territory. You know, you only need 7 more points. But Towson have gone on a ton of runs, whether it be 3-0 runs or 4-0 runs. They have been able to stack together multiple points. And the later you get into the set, the more that's going to hurt you if you're Hofstra.
Towson has rallied back from falling behind 9-2 to start the set, and just shown so much resilience. Stagely on the attack there, and Towson not able to corral it. Isadora Stagely again for the Pride, right when they need her most. Shows up for 25th kill of the day.
Absolutely massive kill from Isadora Stagely. You know, we talked about how much the momentum had started drifting back in favor of Towson. Good job to nip it right there.
Kai Alp. Serve is received cleanly by the Pride and blocked up front from Hofstra. Duchek again. This Pride team is just able to pour it on no matter how it is. Whether it's defensively, offensively, they're just finding answers.
Yeah, Duchek and Stagely both getting credit for a block assist there, so Stagely doing everything.
Pounder with on there. So much power behind her. It's so hard to be on the receiving end of that.
There's just nothing you can do. You have so little time to react, and even if you are able to get in front of it, you have no control over where it's going to go and what direction it's going to bounce off of you. Just got to hope and pray that it stays in for your teammates to keep it alive.
A little miscommunication there by the Pride, but Braga's able to push it over. Brothers out of bounds. Point for Hofstra.
Hofstra. 21 attacking errors for Towson. So Hofstra really now is taking advantage of those miscues.
Perez sign on the serve for the Pride. Pagan will have another kill. She's looked so strong throughout this match, but specifically in this last set, really exploding here.
Yeah, coming up for a tie for the team leading kills.
Stagely dug out by Towson. Blocked up front by Duchek and Stagely.
We normally don't see that pairing going up for blocks. Usually Duchek up there with either Moran or with Perez Sign, but Stagely, you know, we talk about how high she's able to jump up there, so she's a block threat of her own.
Towson, a little bit of discombobulation there again, and point for Hofstra. Just not able to really gain control here, just seeming a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, the Tigers starting to look a little bit checked out here in this fourth set. It takes a lot to try and fight yourself back into a set where you were down 11-2 at one point, and every mistake that you make throughout the set after that point, it just has to be killer mentally. So Hofstra mentally have all the control in the world here in the fourth set, mainly due to the fact that Isadora Stagely has been on an absolute heater.
Yeah, and she's chasing a career high here. Her career high came against Delaware last year, 27 kills. And today, 25, so just 2 away from tying that career high. Also put on performance against Temple, Charleston, and Elon throughout her career. Just what a Hofstra career Isadora Stagely has had, and no better way to go out on your senior day than having a performance quite like this.
Absolutely, and you know, I mentioned it before, you never want to go out your last home game with a loss. Obviously, Hofstra still have 2 more games on the road, but the last one at home has to mean so much more, especially to someone like Stagely, who's been here for 4 years and has, you know, grown so comfortable here in the David S. Mack Physical Education Building. It would feel unjust if she didn't go out with a performance like today.
Stagely serves for the Pride. Received cleanly by Towson. Dioff on the attack, but Hofstra reads it. Braga denied up front. Over to Hofstra again. Braga will try again. Able to capitalize this time, and Braga, 20 kills, 4 consecutive matches with 20-plus kills.
And it's been, you know, how many times can we talk about how great Braga and Stagely have been? 45 kills combined.
They've been absolutely lethal today. Hofstra trying to finish it out here on a set point. Gioshvirava will be warranted an error there for her attempt. Point will go to Towson. Stewart serves for Towson. Kai Alp receives the service. Braga trying to finish out the set, but Towson keeps it alive. Stagely with the diving effort there. Braga kept alive by Stewart. Dioff will try to keep. Towson in it, but Hofstra able to block it and cap off the 4th set, pushing a 5th set for the 3rd consecutive match. The Pride have been really resilient in this one after falling in the 3rd set, able to just come back and take a commanding 25-16 set 4 victory. And it's been the Isadora Stagely show in this match.
Yeah, the Pride saving the best volleyball that they've had all day for that 4th set, a do-or-die set. Can't be happier than the performance they gave you.
You can assume that the momentum has started to shift in the Pride's favor heading into this 5th set here, and it's been an offensive explosion on both ends. Braga and Stagely for the Pride, Ron Sanders and Brothers for Towson, and we'll have that 5th set action for you coming up on Flow College. Back inside the David S. Mack Physical Education Building, the Hofstra Pride push a 5th set. Take a look at this last play here in the 4th set. Hofstra just rallying on the defensive side of things to keep the ball alive and give this block effort by Braga and Ducek to cap it off. And here's some 4th set stats for you. Pride led that one 25-16, the most lopsided victory of the day, and Hofstra with 14 kills to Towson's 12, and the hitting percentage for Hofstra just spectacular in that 4th set.
Yeah, it is the best set they've played all weekend, really. Look at Towson's hitting percentage, 0.88, pretty much right where Hofstra's been all season long. And the best thing that I saw was the cut down on the errors, 9 errors to 1. Hofstra, holding an advantage of 8 less turnovers than Towson. And I think that was the biggest story, the way that they played such a clean set of volleyball. It goes to show why they won by so much, by 9 points.
And able to instill so much fear in Towson that causes them to, force those errors. And Hofstra really just able to capitalize them on that 4th set. And heading into the 5th set here, and it's been back-to-back days of 5-set matches, the David S. Mack Physical Education Building, and Hofstra on the board first in the 5th set. And it seems like that first point is so important, as every team who was able to earn the first point was able to win that respective set. So a good start for Hofstra here. Gioshvili Rava will serve for the Pride. Received cleanly by Towson. Sanders goes up for Towson. Kaya Alp with the dig for the Pride. Stagely. Dug out by Towson. Way too much power from Towson, and the point will go to Hofstra.
And this building's starting to get really loud now. Hofstra, after going down 2-1, you know, there was some concern in the air, but after that fourth set, this place is roaring once again.
Joshvili-Rava into the net. Service error for the Pride and a point for Towson.
And the Tigers gotta love seeing that. Get a point any way you can. They haven't been as impressive since the start of the fourth set, but they're gonna need to turn it up now.
Every point matters so much more in that fifth set. Sanders denied by the Pride. Braga on the attack, but it's dug out by Towson. Braga with the diving dig there. Constanza Perez sign. Stewart digs it out for Towson. Brothers able to lay it down for Towson to tie things up at 2 apiece in the fifth set.
A great rally between both teams there. Hofstra diving all over the floor, trying to avoid each other to keep it alive, but Towson keeping their composure, able to finish it off.
Sarah Callender serves for Towson. Braga just able to keep that in bounds for a point for Hofstra. 21 kills for Braga. She's had 21 kills in her last 3 matches.
Yeah, that ties her season high. She hasn't got higher than 21 yet.
It'll be another point for Hofstra. Nunez able to just hop up there and scare Towson away a little bit. Her presence up front has really been felt.
Yeah, Aaron Brothers just mistiming it, just wasn't able to send it over the net, probably deterred away by Nunez's presence. And Hofstra looking great to start this fifth set. Thanked a lot to Beatrice Braga.
Yeah, and Braga has been spectacular throughout this whole season, but specifically in these last 4 matches against North Carolina A&T. 20 kills in that first match against them, and then 21 kills against them in the second, and then yesterday against Towson 21, and she currently sits at 21 again today, so looking to break that career high today.
Yeah, and she's gonna have a great opportunity to do so. And she's really come alive here these last 4 matches and has really shot up the kill leaderboard for the CAA all the way up to 4th coming in today. You know, she's a bit a ways away from, you know, cracking into the top 3, but she's gonna have a great chance of it. You know, 3.71 kills per set.
And Hofstra continues to be excelling on the blocking side of things. 2nd in the nation in blocks per set with 3.09. So Hofstra just able to click on all cylinders this year, having a historic run in this 2025 season. And Braga will serve for Hofstra after the timeout. The timeout well taken for Towson as Pagan is able to just lay down the hammer for Towson.
And how much gas does Towson have?
Stagely. A masterclass by Stagely today. Her 26th kill.
And just none more important than everything here in the 5th set. Obviously, the 5th set only going to 15 points. We'll have the switch of sides whenever one team reaches 8 points. So it's kind of just a race, and so every point means so much more.
Kaya Alp's serve is received cleanly by Towson. And it'll be a violation for Towson, another error for them, and a point for Hofstra. And the stadium here is exploding.
And Towson, you can't have errors like that. It's just absolutely killer with how much every point just has so much more weight behind it. You know, trying to come back from a 4 or 5 point deficit in the 5th set is a completely different challenge than in an earlier set.
Sanders on the attack and with the kill for Towson. able to cut the deficit to 2 in the 5th set.
And a huge kill from Sanders. She's really stepped up to the challenge here today. She's up to 14 kills. Her and Pagan tied for the team lead. Aaron Brothers right behind them at 13.
Moran serves for Towson. Stagely denied by Towson.
And it was Dioff who just came in off the substitution before that last point, who gets credit for that block as well.
Will be another service error for Towson. Their 9th service error on the day to put Hofstra up by 2. The Pride lead 7-5 in the 5th set. Just one more point before the switching of sides. Perez sign. The really powerful serve there. It's received by Stewart, and Hofstra not able to corral it. Point goes to Towson.
It was a good try there from Perez sign. Towson just able to receive it cleanly. It bounced off the ceiling, and they were able to find just enough space in the Hofstra defense. Bring it within 1.
Sarah Callender serve for Towson. Sorry, that is Pagan. And too much power, and point will go to Hofstra, able to capitalize on these service errors. 3 points just over for the Pride, and making the most out of the errors that Towson is putting up.
So now we'll get the switch halfway through here, the 5th set. Switching at 8 just to keep it fair for both sides, getting an even amount of time on each side of the court. Also give them just a quick chance to catch their breath after this match already pushing on nearly 2.5 hours.
And it seems like the 5th set, the pace is always pushed in the 5th set. It seems like time moves so much quicker when there's so much on the line. Callender is deflected up by the Pride, and Stagely with the dig there for Hofstra. Braga tries to find some open space, but Moran is there to dig it out. Pagan. Kaya Alp with the dig there. A huge dig from Kaya Alp. Callender tries to put it away, but she's able to. The Hofstra block is no good, and Towson is within 1 again.
Both teams with a chance to really pull away here in the 5th set. Just a 1-point difference. Towson not out of it just yet, trying to find a second wind here in the 5th set.
Paganito will serve. And it'll be another service error for Towson, another 3-point over for Hofstra.
11 service errors for Towson. It's got to be so frustrating for them to just be giving away not only just the free points, but the actual serve itself. You know, teams do such a great job of being able to set up their offense when they have possession of the serve. And, you know, if you're the receiving team, you have to be able to survive it.
Conzen. So the teams both exchange service errors there. Be within 1 point again, as Ducek and Conzen will both go to the bench, which will bring on Nunez for the Pride and Pamitat. Trying a new look for the Pride. And that'll force a timeout in the 5th set. This has been a really exciting 5th set, and don't expect much less out of these two teams, who just have been evenly matched all day. Just when one team seems to gain some control, some momentum, the other team just sneaks their way right back in. Both such resilient teams that have really shown up tonight.
Absolutely, and it's going to be such a fantastic matchup for the future as well. You know, Hofstra split matches last year with Towson, had lost both matches each of the last 2 years before that. So wanting to come out here and sweep the season series against Towson would be huge, especially with just 2 games left in the season.
Yeah, and those 2 matches for the Pride will be against Northeastern next weekend, which is just ahead of the CAA championship, which this could be a potential CAA championship matchup that we're looking at here. 2 teams that have already clinched postseason berths. So could be a little flash forward to the future. But this is Towson's last match of the year, so they're looking to, end on a high note after dropping a few of their last matches, not having the best end to their season, and Hofstra looking to just keep their win streak alive, stay atop the CAA. As Campbell is still tied with them for first place, so Hofstra really just trying to do everything they can to win the conference and get a first round bye, and point will go to Towson there. Braga seems to think that it went off the fingertips of Towson, but not going to challenge it. So things will be tied up at 9 apiece. Tension's definitely rising here. Braga receives the serve cleanly, stagely. Towson digs it out. Kai Alp with a crazy dig there. Another one for Kai Alp. Stagely on the attack. Towson able to control it. Kai Alp with another dig. Kai Alp not able to stop it there, but what a defensive effort by Neil Kai Alp during that rally.
Some of her best defensive play all day. Towson has been targeting her and challenging her defensively all afternoon, and she's done her best to try and be up to the effort or up to the challenge, and she did a great job on that last play. Like, all 3 of those digs were so hard for her to come up with, and 4 just being 1 too many. Towson able to come away with the point, just putting her body on the line, diving any which way.
Towson on a 3-0 scoring run. Hofstra looks to break it open, and another point for Towson. So 4 consecutive points for the Tigers, which will bring Clara Ball into the matchup. Ball has been called on in times like this season off the bench. When the Pride need a point, they call on Clara Ball.
Absolutely. She's so clutch for them. She's been in these situations so many times in her career. She doesn't have a kill yet today. She hasn't played the last 2 sets. No better time for her to make an impact.
Braga receives that one. And Towson with another kill on a 5-0 scoring run. They've just absolutely exploded in the past few plays here in the 5th set.
Yeah, they've completely stormed back here. They were so quiet in the first half of this set when Hofstra were winning early on, but they are so loud now. That bench is way back into this one. So much energy to fuel them on this 5-0 run, and Hofstra gonna need to really dig deep here. Using this timeout, Emily Mansour gonna have to get this team back on the same page. Understand it's not over yet. It's just a 3-point deficit, but you're gonna need to make a run right here and right now. You don't have a ton of room for error.
Yeah, that's something that they've been able to do today, coming out of breaks, able to get a point or 2 back, and I think that this is something that they need to do here, especially with the importance of this match with the CAA standings. Campbell able to take the first place sole possession spot if Hofstra isn't able to win this matchup. And then they head to Northeastern next weekend. So they're looking to win their first conference title since 2018. And in order to do that, they need to win this 5th set here.
Yeah, it's all going to start from here. This match is so important for Towson as well. If Towson loses this, they could potentially fall into 5th place for the CAA tournament, depending on how NCAA finishes out their year. But a win here would lock them in to the 4th spot at the very worst.
Stagely receives the service. Ball on the attack. Miscommunication from Hofstra, not able to get to the ball. 2 diving players almost run into each other. Seems like Hofstra's just not able to gain back any control. They're looking a little discombobulated out there, and ball will go back to the bench.
Yeah, Nina Gioshvili-Rava coming back on. Mansour opting for 2 setters with her and Pamitat out at the same time.
Gioshvili-Rava will set up Braga. And Braga will come through with a much-needed kill for the Pride.
Biggest kill of the day for Beatrice Braga. Probably the biggest kill on this 4-game stretch where she's had 20+. Hofstra just nearly on the brink of defeat right now.
They're looking to rally back here as Gioshvili-Rava serves. Kaya Alp, the huge dig there to keep Hofstra in it. Braga. Towson able to read it. Sanders on the attack, blocked up front by the Pride. Emily Nunez able to do it all for the Pride. This blocking game coming through here. Hofstra now has 10 blocks on the day.
Towson immediately taking a timeout themselves, and Gioshvili-Rava, she came back on. She got an assist for Braga on the play before. She gets a block assist along with Emily Nunez. So Mansour pushing the right buttons here late in the 5th set, getting her best players out on the court in the most important time of the match. And we talked about how this is almost guaranteed to be a semifinal matchup. The CAA championship going to be hosted in Towson. So you know how it's going to be the last year where the previous year's champions will host the tournament the following year. Next year, obviously, whoever wins the regular season tournament or regular season championship will host the tournament. So Towson, even a loss here, even if they do fall to 4th or 5th in the conference, they're going to have that home court advantage. They're going to be as dangerous as anyone else in that CAA tournament. And for Hofstra, who will probably have to face them in that CAA semifinal if they are able to come back and win and secure that first spot in the conference, you need to have as much advantage or momentum, mentally as you can. And winning both of these matches, especially if they were to come back and win this one here in the 5th set, would be huge.
If that's a preview for how the postseason is going to play out, it'll be a great postseason matchup, and it'll be a set point here for Towson as it'll be a service error for the Pride. No room for error here.
With the error, yeah, set point, match point. It looks like they're going to challenge.
You're going to try and get every point that you can now any way you can. So if you think that there's even a slight probability that that ball was inbounds, you're going to call it. Really just vying for your team here, trying to grasp at straws and keep your team in this one, because Towson is just 1 point away from victory. Hofstra really needs to just, if they want to win this one, they can't make any mistakes. They have to guard the floor very well defensively and just come out on the attack stronger. But Towson just really has the momentum here in the 5th set, able to come back from a little bit of a deficit early on and just explode late in the 5th set when it matters most. And we're going to take a look at this service again. Maybe they're trying to see if it deflects off Towson.
Yeah, either that or maybe if it just grazes the rim. Doesn't look like it. Towson's going to win it after the challenge. So if you're Mansour, you might as well take the challenge here, facing match point. Doesn't go your way, so now you just got to find a way to get a stop here, get a point, get back possession of the serve.
Sarah Callender serves on a match point. Gioshvili-Rava will commit an error that will end the match, but Mansour holding the challenge card as Towson storms the court. She wants to take a look at this one. A little bit of confusion here on the court. Hofstra is still trying to do anything they can to keep the match alive.
So they're going to challenge if Towson either crashed into the net.
Yeah, Mansour just trying to do anything here to keep her team in it, as they come into this one on a 10-game winning streak and just trying to, end out the season on a high note. Take a look back at this play that they're challenging here, and Hofstra right away seems to think that they get the point. Stagely goes right over to the referee to ask what the call was there. So Hofstra's
will get a call. It will be for Towson.
And Towson will win this set here, ending Hofstra's 10 consecutive game win streak. And it's a great way for Towson to end their year, as it's their last match of the season. Hofstra still has 2 more matches to look forward to before entering the tournament. But despite the loss, you still have to give your flowers to Isadora Stagely, who had a career day, 26 kills on her senior day, along with 14 digs. Just an absolute masterclass from Isadora Stagely.
Yeah, she put on a captain's performance. She's been absolutely so critical, so key for this team over the last 4 years, and she left it all out on the court today. Her last time here in the PEB, and she did not waste that opportunity to put on a show for the Pride faithful one last time. Every time she went up for a kill, you felt like she was going to finish it. She was great. Only 5 errors. She hit 344 on the day, and it only could have been better if Hofstra was able to pull out the win, but you have to be proud with the effort they gave you.
Yeah, a really evenly matched match all throughout. As you see, Towson is just able to wiggle out a 3-2 set victory here. Kills Towson just 3 more than Hofstra, 65-62, and their hitting percentage just a little bit lower than Hofstra's. Towson with more assists than Hofstra, few more errors than Hofstra. Hofstra not able to capitalize on the errors that Towson committed, and Hofstra with 10 blocks to Towson's 8, but despite the defensive effort, not enough for the Pride to seal the victory in this really integral CAA matchup.
Yeah, and for the standings, obviously it's going to have huge implications. Hofstra no longer really in control of their destiny when it comes to winning the regular season title, but they still have a chance to lock up that top 2 seed with their last 2 matches against Northeastern next week.
Yeah, Northeastern is definitely a team that they're going to look to attack on, as that's a team that isn't the highest up in the CAA standings. And that's going to do it for us here in Hempstead. From my broadcast partner, Anthony Hidalgo, I'm Shannon Bickert saying have a great evening.
Welcome to Landtech, the leader in sports athletic construction for over 44 years. We design, we build, we win. From vision to victory, from the street to the pros, Landtech's passion for sports and construction drives us to deliver championship-level results every time. With Landtech, you get a construction and design powerhouse. From blueprints to bleachers, grass to gridiron, we build communities, careers, and champions from the ground up. We are Landtech.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at Sherwin-Williams.